Hi everyone, so we are going to do divine masculine messages. So I've been doing some different content, but I thought I would do an update on the divine masculine, looking nice and bare, but keeping it real. So you can check out the other videos that I've done recently. So I did do a weekend reading that was profound. I did a weekly reading, which is at the end of this video if you want to get it. Okay, so this is going to be the current energies between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. You can book the divine masculine. It is on sale. 3-month reading is on sale. Check everything out in the I dot or below. Okay. So there is 6-month readings, 12-month readings, but they're just the ones on sale. Okay, so what are we seeing for the collective when it comes to divine? Okay, so we got the Page of Swords reversed. So a big message I heard for the divine feminine is to be aware. I feel like your divine masculine is struggling with the way that you communicate or the way that you're acting. So they're telling you to just be aware how you're acting with your divine masculine. Because sometimes it's not that your divine masculine is cheating, it's that he doesn't understand your behaviour. Okay? So some of you, I feel like for the divine feminine, you're overreacting. You might be accusing them of things. So you're being told that to be careful, to communicate correctly, right? Okay, so what are we seeing for the divine masculine and the divine feminine? The Ace of Pentacles reversed. So some of you, it's about you're not going to get a commitment from this masculine. So some of you, your masculine is a toxic template. It's a devil masculine. It's someone who's just in it for the intimacy. He's got multiple options. He's not going to commit. And women need to stop wasting the time on these men because it traumatizes you and it can take a long time to recover. Okay, sometimes a man just isn't invested in you. Yes, he'll come over, he'll sleep with you, he'll keep you around, for a rainy day, but he's not serious about you. And again, we can sit there as women and blame these men, or we can take our self-respect back and say, I don't think so. You want a whore, go and pay for one. And that's it, right? Because that's what men are doing, right? They're treating women like whores, right? And they don't have to pay. I'm not trying to be mean. They want the woman at their convenience, when they want them, the day they want them. But what women need to do is, instead of blaming the toxic culture and the toxic dating, take responsibility for yourself. And it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what you look like, it's about, you're not going to treat me like that. End of story. I don't care if you can get younger girls, I don't care if you can get prettier girls, you're not treating me like this. Okay, so for some of you, I do think you need to drop this particular masculine that you're dealing with, because this person is not going to commit. They're not going to invest. Obviously, this is general guidance, so this might not be for you. You can get your own personal, like I said, in the I dot, and I'll take a look. But in general, some of you are just dealing with a masculine who's non-invested. Four of Cups reversed. There's something here to do with a missed opportunity as well. So the Four of Cups reverse can be a missed opportunity. So some of you might be dealing with a masculine who's thinking you were a missed opportunity. Okay, what is the current energies between the masculine and the feminine? Page of Wands. I feel like some of you feminines are becoming a pursuer. So this masculine is running away. So some of you, you're messaging this masculine, but he keeps running away. So some of you, he's avoiding you, or he's avoiding your messages. He could leave you on red for hours. When a man is interested in us, he's not going to do that, right? He's not going to leave us on red because he's interested in us. So yeah, some of you, I feel like you're obsessing over this masculine, you're pestering this masculine. Okay, this can be a masculine who you were sleeping with, but now he's avoiding you because he doesn't want a commitment. So I do think some of you are kind of wasting your time. Divine masculine energies, please, for the collective. Yeah, the Ace of Wands reversed. So some of you are dealing with someone who's ghosting you. This is someone who's stopped responding to your messages. This could be because they knew you wanted a commitment and they don't want a commitment. Some of you are dealing with someone who's not talking to multiple people. Some of you are dealing with someone who I feel like this could be a masculine, and the message here is that this person, it's the way you're reacting, basically. Okay. So what are we seeing here for the collective, please? Yeah, the High Priestess reversed. Some of you need to stop reading into everything when it comes to your masculine, because some of you it is your divine masculine, and you're being told to stop making problems and stop accusing them and to chill out a little bit. I feel like this person might be preoccupied with money or work right now. But some of you are definitely dealing with a masculine who it's obvious that this masculine is not invested. Like this masculine just doesn't care, right? It's like he's not going to commit to you. Yeah. He's a playboy. See the way these guys are kind of working out. So I feel like this is the fuckboys who use women. You can see they look sleazy. They look like they've got an agenda. Some of these could be dealing with people of different cultures who basically believe they should have multiple partners. This can be men who use women for money and resources, but they're not serious. So for the women, I feel like the message here is we've got the Hierophant reversed. Like some of you just need to accept you're not going to get a relationship, right? I think some of you have got a pattern with the kind of man that you go after as well. So tell me about the good masculine, please. Yeah, the good masculine is you don't need to do this drama. You know, this woman is kind of like, what's going on? Where do you go? And who are you seeing? Why aren't you responding to me messages? Some of you are dealing with a masculine who right now something is preoccupying him. It could be education, it could be his money, it could be a job. There's a lot of pressure for a lot of people. So some of you are kind of putting holes in your own boat. You're making your own problem. But I think some of you are in fuckboy central. You're definitely around men who are just exploiters. They just use and abuse women. Yeah. I feel like some of you are dealing with someone who's just not communicating. It could be someone who's in and out. So it could be someone who just basically ghosts you for like days or weeks. And it's obvious that this man, like, he could be mocking you with his friends. Like, you know. I feel like this is a group of men who are like dirty and trampy, and basically they've got multiple women and they just see women as more like fun. Like they're not serious about any women. It's just men who go out on nights out. It's men who, you know, they just have no respect for women. They might have multiple women, but these women just don't mean nothing to them. It's like women are just disposable, you know. So, give me the Divine Feminine's energy, please. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So some of you right now, you're basically, this is a woman who's not committed. She's also not stable. Okay? This can be a woman who's kind of all over the place as well. So this upright is someone who's very, very stable. Whereas the Queen of Pentacles reversed is someone who's all over the place. She's chaotic. Stop having problems with a man who's not your man. A fuckboy is not your man. We've all done it. But like fuckboys are not your man. They're not a relationship. They're someone you fuck and then you move on. Okay? I think with women, you're kind of getting mistaken with what it is. If you're dating someone, it's not official. So he's not your boyfriend. He's not your partner, right? But I think for some of you, you're really looking for that deeper connection. But you keep bringing these men in. And some of you are like, yeah, but there's no other men. There is. It's because of the frequency that you're on. It's because of your fear. It's because of your instability. You keep bringing these types in. And they're just not nice men. Ow. Okay. So yeah, for some of you, I'm telling you, like, I feel like this man is like someone who just thinks you're a joke. He might mock you with his friends. I know that that's mean to say. Some of you, this is making you feel triggered. It's making you feel unstable in your life. And I feel like the message here is just like you need to block this person. The Eight of Wands reversed is getting this person out of your life. You need to stop wasting energy on this person. Okay? Don't take this person's messages anymore or the calls anymore. Just cut them out of your life. Don't engage. The Knight of Cups reversed. Don't let them come back in. Don't let him sweet talk you next time, because the Knight of Cups is someone who like love bombs and sweet talks you. It's like, no. I think a lot of the modern women need to stand in the power, right? You need to see the game that is being played. Men want the cake and eat it, and women are giving them it. You know, women are out here all battling and competing with each other for one man, for some fuckboy who isn't all that anyway. You know? Now, for women who just want to date, just want to have fun, just want to have sex, that's fine. Okay? But just know that you're sharing them. You know, that's it, right? Just know that you're sharing them, so that's fine. But for some of you women, I feel like you really don't want these dynamics in your world because they just make you feel unstable. This can be someone who's jealous, possessive, triggered. Queen of Pentacles reversed is not a nice person, because it rules Capricorn, and Capricorn rules the devil, and the devil is Saturn. And yeah, this can be someone who becomes like really, really possessive and jealous, and you know, they're out here competing with other women, stalking people's social media, trying to find things out about the other women, you know. Okay, but for the decent masculine who's kind of made it clear, the message here is this person really cares about you, but they also have other things that they need to focus on. Some of them are trying to rebuild themselves, some of them are trying to build a career, and I think you need to just calm down. They're not seeing, you know, the Three of Cups, right? But yeah, this is these NPC women, you know, who would all basically fake with each other, and it's also men who just have multiple women. These women are deceiving themselves, the men are deceiving them. You need to get away from that. Obviously, it's hard to be lonely, but it's better to be lonely than be involved in this. And I think anybody who's been involved in these kind of dynamics knows how poisonous it is. It's just all deception. You know, he's going off to see other women. You know that it's not good. It just messes you up. It messes up your focus. It messes up your confidence, right? Okay, Nine of Pentacles. So some of you right now are being told, especially for the Divine Feminine, to focus on your money. Okay? Focus on your money. Focus on yourself. Some of you need to let a ship sail when it comes to a past person who's cut you off. So if this is someone you're wondering about, I think this person has ghosted you. They've moved on to other women. Okay, and I feel like you need to let this ship sail. Because in this particular reading, I'm getting a non-contact situation. So I feel like some of you are still waiting on a fuckboy from a few months ago, but it's over. Like, this person's moved on, you haven't even communicated. This person is not reaching out with this being reversed. Okay. But yeah, we've all been in this where you kind of know he's sleeping with multiple women, and you might even know these women. You might see these women on a day-to-day basis, and they're all sending each other like bad energy. So it depends what you want. I mean, you know, if you're signing up for a fuckboy situation, then you know that he's got other options, so you can't get possessive and jealous because you signed up for that. There's also the flip side, right, which is if you sign up for that, well, that's what you're signing up for. He's not your man. Stop having problems with someone who's not your man, right? It's a man who's sleeping with multiple women. He's not committed to you. He can do what he wants. I do think some of you Divine Feminines are a little bit delusional with some kind of contract that you've decided to take on. He's called a fuckboy for a reason. So it's either keep fucking him and enjoy the pleasure of that, or drop him because you're getting in too deep and you can't tolerate the fact he's with these other women. You know? But yeah, some of you right now, you're being told to use work as your focus, to focus on yourself. Some of you need to get rid of this masculine out of your life because it's really triggering you. Some of you just don't want these kind of men who are all messed up and like, you know, just all over the place. Like, you just don't want this. You want a gentleman. You want an emperor. You're tired of like things not moving forward, right? Some of you have been dating someone, but it's just never moving forward. You know? But it is like there's so many women and so many men out there, right? Obviously, I think I'm talking more to Divine Feminines, but there's so many men out there, and it's like you really don't need to be dealing with this. It's nothing but drama. Like, that's what I'm actually getting in this connection. And I think for some Divine Feminines, you have got a true Divine Masculine, but you're doing nothing but drama. So it could have been that you were hurt in the past, and so you're projecting your past onto this current masculine, and he's like, what is she talking about? But it's now starting to trigger him. which rightly so. Now he's starting to go like, this bitch is nothing but drama. Like, she's always accusing me of this, that, and the other. I'm at work. I'm at the gym. What's she talking about, right? So yeah, some of you are kind of putting holes in your own boat. And I think it's fear is getting the better of you, and it might be to do with previous relationships or men that you've dealt with. But you need to be careful, because you can fuck up your own shit. Sometimes you don't even need other people to fuck you up. You can do it all by yourself. Okay? So yeah, some of you need to turn it in. Okay? For the sake of yourself. But some of you are just dealing with, you can see it here. Sleazy, fuck boy. Men who love playing games. Like, you can see it. Like, men who talk about women in a very degrading way because women are not into them. They're just disposable. It'll be the type who basically smoke weed all day, play games, hit the gym, think the G's, but they're not. Be them type. It can also be men who've got money, because men who've got money can act like that a lot. Men who've got money can act like that a lot, and our society is becoming highly dysregulated, where, I was coming back before and there's all people in clubs. It's Tuesday. So all I'm saying is, like, the whole thing is going to shit. Like, people are just, it's fucked up, man. But I feel like a lot of people have started to accept things because the vast majority of people are doing them. So the vast majority of people are accepting that men have multiple women now, that basically you're not going to get a commitment, but you don't have to follow the vast majority. You can say, it's not for me, I'm not doing it. I want a respectable gentleman. I want a man who's committed to me only. I want a man who makes me feel safe and secure, and there's plenty of those men out there. But I think for some of you feminines, you keep bringing in the opposite of what you want. You keep bringing in these well, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Eight of Swords reversed. I feel like when it comes to the past person, you're wondering if this person cares, but they just don't. They just don't. And I do think a lot of the men and women of the modern generation, like of the modern times, are becoming alcoholics, and they're becoming most of them are just dysfunctional. They're not even regulated. I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of people I've noticed. Or just they're not normal anymore. They're using something to cope. So they're not even there. They're not even regulated as people. A lot of people don't have their own shit together. So if their own shit is not together, they can't provide for you. And is there plenty of people who've got the shit together? They're regulated. They work hard. They play hard. Yes. And the message here is that that's what you want. Okay, that's what you're looking for, right? So you need to start fucking with those people, as opposed to people who are just messy. They've got multiple people. They've got you confused, destabilized, triggered. Okay. Anything else for the Divine Masculine Feminine? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles reversed. When it comes to the Divine Feminine who's got a solid masculine, you need to stop talking so much like this guy's getting bored at this point. So I feel like in this particular card, this woman keeps trying to ask him things, or you need to stop doing this. See the way the woman is kind of explaining something, and this man is looking off into the distance, and he kind of looks pissed off and triggered. Okay? You need to show your man you trust him when he says he's going to the gym, when he says he's going to whatever he says, right? You need to give him trust until he proves to you that he's not doing it. Because I do think there's Divine Feminines who are watching this, who've got a really good man, who could lose this man because of the way they're acting. Okay, yeah, Two of Pentacles. But some of you are obviously dealing with someone who's highly sleazy. This person is keeping their options open with multiple people. This man does not intend on making you his number one woman, and you're just wasting your time. I feel like for some of you, though, this Nine of Swords is some of you are dealing with a masculine who's got a lot of things going on in his world right now. He's got a lot of things that he has to deal with, and it's got nothing to do with you. It could be juggling 2 jobs. It could be right now he just can't give you the time. I feel like he's got a lot going on when it comes to his present and what he wants for his future. And some of you divine feminines are really adding to her stress. And the point is that you're supposed to be as peace, not as stress. So some of you have got a really good man, but it's just like the times we're in, it is massively crazy. It's crazy times. Unless your eyes are completely closed and maybe it's working out well for you. Some people that could be the case. I'm sure it is. But for a lot of people, it's very, very crazy times. And you're just dealing with a masculine who's got a lot on his head. He could have a business that's struggling. He could be in a job and, he could be financially struggling. So you need to be his peace. But I think for some of you divine feminines, you keep bringing in these fuckboys, these low vibe men. See the way they're wearing like the Middle Eastern style turban? It can be like that Middle Eastern, I'm not saying they're all like this, but 5 wives, mistresses, that type of stuff. And even Western men are becoming like that. And there's also a lot of men who they don't want wives, they just want women they can chill with, women they can fuck, and then they just want to be left alone. So a lot of the women need to start honouring themselves. The divine feminine, see the way this is reversed, you're not honouring yourself as a woman. You're not seeing your beauty, your value, what you've got to offer. You're allowing men to degrade you. This is just general energies right now. I feel like some of you are sick of being alone. You just want a relationship, right? Excuse me, you've got a lot of repressed energy. Some of you are doing really well financially for the divine feminine. You're working on your money. Some of you might be planning a holiday. Maybe that's what you need to do at this time. Work on your money, work on yourself, plan a holiday. Don't settle, okay? Because the price, I've coached people all over the world, and the price that you will pay for settling with a man who's a dog, it's not worth it. It's better to be alone for your whole life than to end up with someone like that. He'll abuse you, he'll abuse your kids, he will not treat you right. Like, it's better to be alone forever than to be with someone like that. Okay? There's nothing worse than building a home with a masculine or a feminine, and that person is complete poison, and then you're trapped in a marriage or, But some years I think you need to work on your frequency. So I think you need to work on your energy, because I do think for the single feminines, you keep bringing this in. You're on edge, your energy is on edge, you've got a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, you're projecting a lot. But the problem with this is you get what you focus on. So if you keep focusing on these type of men and you keep creating that narrative around these kinds, you're going to bring them in. All you need to be doing now is building a mind map of the kind of man you want to be with. What does he dress like? What's he like as a character? How does he show up? How does he treat women? How does he act around other men? Because I think you can find the true weight of a man by how he conducts himself around other men. Who are the men around him? Is there any other men around him? What does he do with his weekends? Like, men tell you a lot about themselves, but not even to do with women. What's his ambitions in life? And do you get men who are highly successful, who are absolute dogs to women, 1,000,000%? Okay? But it's, how does he treat his mum? How does he treat his sister? How do you see him treat women in general? Because that's going to tell you a lot about the man. And that's it. But I do think some of you are dealing with men, and I think it's all to do with this streamer world and just social media and OnlyFans, and these men are out here talking about women being on OnlyFans when they're on OnlyFans. They're sleeping with women, recording it and then putting it on OnlyFans for sale. It's crazy. And again, because there's a lot of propaganda, a lot of men are thinking, oh, don't get married, just fuck loads of women, treat women like shit. They do. And some of you have got love coming in, so you've got options coming in, but it's not the kind of man you want to be with. But it's because you're not creating the blueprint, you're not creating the focus around the man you actually want. You're sending confusion out to the universe, or you're not even doing it at all. You need to basically build a blueprint within the mind. What does he look like? I feel like some of you are really triggered But I think you keep bringing in these type of men. So some of you are bringing like violent men in, dog men, just nasty, you know, like, and maybe it's to do with your childhood, maybe it's a model of your father or your brother or an abuser. But I think you keep bringing that man in. That's why it's really important to start visualising the kind of man you want to spend your life with. And you know, some of you keep saying you want true love, but you're pursuing fuckboys. You know you're not going to get true love from him. Stop trying to make a hoe into a husband, right? It's not going to happen. And I think men love to be like, oh, women are hoes, but so are they. They can be bigger hoes than women, right? So it doesn't matter what men say, we don't care. We know men make the game so it suits them. Well, the sleazy men. Okay? So for you, it's about, okay, I want a gentleman, and so you need to start blueprinting that gentleman. Okay, let's see anything else that comes up here. But some of you are causing your own pain. You know? Yeah, the Ace of Cups reversed. So it could be, like I said, with the man you're currently dealing with, he's just not available to fill you up right now. And I do think you need to stop reacting to this masculine, and you need to start doing some self-love, because I think this will be really, really attractive to him. But some of you, something is not love. It's not love. Okay, it's sex. And it needs to be severed. So the Ace of Wands with the Justice card, this is you stepping into your heart space. This is you valuing your heart. This is you not allowing yourself to be abused and used and disregarded by a piece of dick. That's probably 3 inches and not worth the time anyway. And I don't care if it's 10 inches and it's the fuck of your life, we're still not getting degraded. No thanks. Go fuck that bitch. You know, so it's time to step into your goddess power, and it's time to feel like, okay, I wish it could have been different, but I'm not putting up with this. And I think as you step into your divine goddess, because this woman is wearing green, some of you need to wear green at this time, okay? And the Ace of Wands is, some of you might do like a manifestation potion. Obviously stay away from like black magic and all that type of stuff, but you might do some kind of manifestation potion to manifest in your divine masculine. So as long as it's like divine will, please send my true divine masculine that God intends for me. Okay, so you have to be really careful when you do it, but you could do some kind of like potions, or you could do some kind of manifestations, and you could say, please send me my true divine counterpart that God, the divine creator, intends for me. And then they will. You know, and you got to keep relooping it, and you got to keep relooping it. But I think a lot of women are trying to make men who were just seriously traumatized, seriously propagandized, seriously messed up individuals living through the matrix system. These men are more interested in impressing other men than acting right as a man. As one of my guys said the other day, most men just don't know how to be men, and I would agree. Okay, they're just acting from a blueprint of what Andrew Tate and this guy down the street says, you know, because he's got a Bugatti. Now, I don't mind Andrew Tate in ways, but I do think he has seriously misled a lot of men when it comes to, you know. So the point I'm making is, but again, it comes down to women. If you're dealing with that type of character, it comes down to you, because you're allowing yourself to engage in that game with that individual. So some of you, I'm sorry, but you're just pursuing playboys. You're pursuing... I hate when that happens, you know. Like, why? Who invented sneezing, and why? Why is it even necessary? Okay, seriously though. So I just think for some of you soul women, because that's what this is, some of you are in a lot of pain. But it's because you're trying to change a man who's just got no interest in changing. Like, this man just isn't interested in a deeper commitment, marriage, showing respect to females, being honest and transparent. When he's away from his men, he might say shit to you, he might act nice, but he's not a nice person. He's just acting, okay? He's trying to make himself feel better, because deep in himself, deep down, he knows he's basically being a dog, you know? But the other side of the coin is a lot of women are signing up for these connections with these fuckboys or these unavailable men emotionally, and then getting crazy when he doesn't want to marry you and settle down with you and have kids. And you don't see the price. It causes so much damage. You're out here competing with other women, you're devaluing yourself, you're wasting your youth, you're wasting your time on a man who's just never going to be serious. King of Swords reversed. So see the way this King of Swords is wearing a wedding ring? This reversed is a man who just doesn't intend to be honest. The King of Swords upright is someone who's going to talk about marriage, he's going to talk about commitment because he's wearing a wedding ring, you can see. Right? Whereas this reversed is no matter what he's saying to you, he's not being honest. He's not going to, especially if you're dealing with an air sign, a Libra, could be a Gemini, Aquarius. This is just men who are never going to be the man you need them to be. And you should never have to basically convince people or anything. They should just want to do it naturally, because anything forced is going to end badly. You know, so you can force someone into a commitment, you can force someone to agree, but eventually it's just going to end badly, right? And I feel like some of you need to clean out your root or your sacral, because I'm also getting people who are watching this who've been through like sexual abuse, or they've been abused by men. And so I do think the clearing of the root and the clearing of the sacral and the healing, because you might find that you keep attracting these type of men. But then you've also got the other men that are just weak and really not nice. Like, they're like Daves, they're really fake, you know. But you need to start really thinking about the kind of man that would be the right type of fit for you, and mind mapping him, thinking about what he looks like how he moves, and you know, and all stuff like that, and you'll bring him in. I think a lot of women keep bringing these non-committal lying men in, these playboys, these disrespectful men, because of energy blocks, and because they keep thinking in that man. So what we think in, we create. Where focus goes, energy flows. And the law of physics is energy, right? So whatever our energy is, it's what it's going to be attracted to. So we got the Page of Wands. But some of you, you're really single and you're not dealing with anybody right now, and I think you want love, but you might be scared that you're going to bring in another fuckboy or another guy who's just playing you. And the message here is, if you start to blueprint the man you want to bring in, you'll bring him in. I think some of the feminines, I can feel it, like you feel triggered in what you're in. You feel disappointed and sad. You know, and some of you are going to be disappointed and sad when you have to give up this individual because you really wanted this man to be the one. Some of you might have wasted months or even years. But deep in your heart, because a woman knows within 4 minutes of meeting a man if he's the one, deep in your heart you know this person is disrespecting you, lying to you, cheating on you, never going to follow through. But you keep living in make-believe in the hope that one day he might change his mind. But in all of that time, you're wasting energy, you're wasting, you know. I feel like there's a connection here as well where two people really bring out the worst in each other. So this can be two people who basically, they've got shadow aspects that they need to integrate. And I feel like this can be two people who are kind of trauma bonding. So this can be like two people who really trigger each other and they don't make each other that happy, but they can't let go of each other because it's a darker aspect. It's like a shadow connection, a trauma connection. A lot of people do that. This is where you're arguing with the person all the time, you're fighting with the person all the time, but you can't let them go. So I think that as feminines, you need to take responsibility. We live in the most toxic culture, the most toxic societies known to man. We are officially living in the devil's mouth. Okay? If you check the 7 deadly sins and look at society, you'll see we're there. And I'm not being dramatic. Okay? So what I'm saying to you is, you can either follow the vast majority. We've all done it, right? Everybody's fell into the fuckboy game, the fuckgirl game. They've been degraded, they've wasted time, they've been stupid. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Some of us are too old at this point. We already know the game and we're tired of playing it. Okay? And it's also about understanding that there's so many people like you who want an amazing partner. And if you start opening your mind and open your energy, you'll get it. But if you keep thinking in the past connections or people currently, you're going to get that in the future. So, yeah, I think some of you need to honour your heart. You need to step into your heart space and you need to say, this is going to really hurt me. Some of you are dealing with a karmic. So you could be dealing with a karmic contract. You could be dealing with a karmic connection. You could be dealing with a twin flame. You know, sometimes twin flames don't work out in this lifetime. So some of you are dealing with a twin flame. I know we talked about a divine masculine, but it could be because a karmic connection or a twin flame is blocking your true divine union in this lifetime. That's another thing why you're trying to force this person to be what you need them to be. You're missing out on putting your energy into manifesting in the thing you actually want. So I do believe that the devil plays with us. He sends toxic masculines. He sends devil templates to keep you from the divine. To keep you from being your true divine essence, your true divine feminine. To keep you from meeting your true divine union. Because when the divine feminine and the divine masculine come together, it's very powerful in this world. Why do you think you're seeing so much fracture? Why do you think it's like a big dirty orgy out here and it's all degrading and disgusting? That's the devil. And most people are falling for it, you know. But it could also be that you need to integrate your shadow as a divine feminine. It could be that you need to heal past trauma or past abuse, because if those energies are in us, it's what we'll keep bringing in. Most people just go through the motions the whole life. They just keep going through habitual patterns. They fall from toxic relationship to toxic relationship. They don't heal themselves. They don't elevate themselves. So you'll always meet in you. You'll always meet in another person what's unhealed in you. That's it. Some of you need to really start valuing yourself, and it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you're not perfect. You need to start looking at yourself and say, I'm better than this. I deserve more than this. And it doesn't matter what these motherfuckers say. They're all dancing with the devil and you give a fuck about what these cunts are saying. Okay? So you need to start to embody the divine feminine on a true level, and then that's when you'll bring in your true divine masculine. But a lot of people don't want to do the work because they get really, really unhappy and they just really want comfort. Okay, they really just want a masculine now or a feminine now, but if you do the work, you'll meet your true divine masculine or your true divine feminine. But to conclude, I'm going to say that some of you, fate does not support a connection. You're wasting your time. So the Wheel of Fortune reversed is where we're wasting our time. Fate does not support a connection. This upright is all about expansion. It's all about luck. It's all about the universe supporting our path, our choices. This reversed? No. For me as well, it's also about a lot of misery, because the Wheel of Fortune reverse can be like bad luck. It can be feeling like luck is against us, but it's not really that. It's that we're making the wrong choices. Because I do believe that our fate is written. I do believe that this is destiny. I do believe that, we can either live in complete misery in this world or we can live in happiness, but it's all to do with our choices, and if those choices are in alignment with our divine plan. And a lot of yous, it's not, you're dancing with the devil and then you're wondering why you get burned. Okay, now some of you listening to this and watching this are older and you're almost giving up on love, but don't. But I do think there's a lot of energy within the sacral, within the womb, that you need to clear out. From old sexual partners, from your childhood, from neglect. Could be mother wounds, could be father wounds. Those who do the work, they end up really getting somewhere in this world, but those who don't, it's a perpetual cycle. They keep trying to heal themselves, they keep trying to complete themselves through another person, and it's always doomed to failure. It might work for a bit, but eventually it'll just fail again. You got to meet you first. I think so many women now just look at themselves, and because they're not like a filter on the gram or Snapchat, or you're 40 odd and you're not 22 anymore. You're you, and that is your power. And also, I think a lot of older women are failing the younger generation because they're not being an example to what a woman should be and how she should be treated. Men are out here degrading women and forgetting that they came out of a woman. I'm not feminist either, and I'm not anti-men. There's amazing men in this world, and what I'm saying to the older ladies, if you start acting like a lady, if you start valuing yourself, you'll get them. But you've got to believe you're worthy. And I think a lot of older women, and just women in general, and I see gorgeous women getting treated like shit by men, and it's like, you're kidding, right? It's really about the woman. It's about how the woman feels about herself, how she values herself, what she will and won't tolerate from a man. And I'm not judging you, we've all done it. Trust me, now I've wasted a lot of time on disgusting pieces of shit of men, but it was always going to be a mirror of my father, a mirror of things I didn't heal, because my father was a piece of shit. So sometimes as well, we go after the masculine that is a model of our father. Okay, so women who tended to grow up with good brothers and a good father tend to choose good men, whereas women who went through like no father, or an abusive father, or abusive brothers, or sexual abuse, or physical abuse, they can choose a lot of bad men. This can also be women who had to provide for themselves at a very young age. So they tend to be the provider to the man instead of the other way around, and it's just not natural. They tend to be the pursuer instead of the pursued. It's just not natural. Okay, so the message for you is, some of you, it's not that you're cursed in love, it's not that you can't get love, it's the choices you're making in love, it's the kind of partner that you're manifesting in with your thoughts. With focus goes, energy flows. Okay, so don't give up on love, because love is one of the best things you can ever have in this world. Like, really though, I'm not saying it's everything, but it's a big part of it. Like love of self, love of friends, love of family, love of a man or a woman. It's you know, it's just not the same alone. And do some people live this whole thing alone in the end? Sure. You know, but most people want to be connected to another person, and they want to have real love, and they want to be the only one in that person's eyes and the only one in that person's world. I think a lot of us need to clean up, and it starts with you. And it doesn't matter what society says, it doesn't matter how people view you, it doesn't matter what people say. That's none of your business. It's about how you view yourself, it's about how you feel about yourself, it's about what you believe. That's what matters. But some of you, you're going to have to get rid of this karmic. You're going to have to do cord cutting. You're going to have to do energy cleansing. Some of you have got a true love connection, but you're ruining it. So I actually see the divine feminine as the toxic one here. You're the one who's ruining it. Okay? Because you keep accusing this man. And at the end of the day, this man's got enough stuff going on in his life, and he just doesn't need all this drama. Okay? Yeah, so it could be a fire sign who's doing this, or an Aries moon or a Sag moon. So if you're a divine feminine who's a fire sign sun or fire sign moon, you could be doing this, and it's making this person miserable. Okay? And I think the other side of the coin is, you know, I've been travelling a lot, and I don't mean to be mean when I say this, but I just hear so many superficial couples. You can hear how fake they are. I'm not trying to be mean when I say it, but like, you can just hear how fake they are. And it's like, stop allowing yourself to be fake and to be in a fake connection. Because remember what I said, right? You're going to mirror in what you are, right? The more authentic a woman is, the more she presents herself in a true face, the more she's going to meet a man of the same energy. Whereas when a woman is just presenting something and acting like this and acting like that, she's going to meet the same. She's fake, he's fake, right? Okay, Ace of Wands. So yes, some of you Aries moon, Sag moon, or Aries sun, Aries moon, or fire sun, fire moon, you keep firing off basically. So try to calm down, right? Okay, final outcome is not being attached to devil masculines. Final outcome is not worrying about other women. These are not your competition. This is dropping men who have you in competition with other women, refusing to be the feed for a toxic masculine. See the way these women are feeding this masculine, and he's building up his power off these women, and they're just depleted and shells of themselves. So I think you could do like a course on divine healing, divine goddess. Some of you need to do that. You need to do work on like your divine self, your divine goddess, because when you open up this energy, it's hard for these lower masculines to get in. You won't even fuck with them. They're too trampy. It's just like, it's like when you eat bad food, but then you go on a health kick, and then someone offers you like dirty food, and you're like, get that shit away from me. Same as these type of men. When you really do the work as a woman and you start really becoming your higher self, and you really start loving yourself and valuing yourself, these men can't get near you. You're repulsed. Okay? So that's the advice. I thought I would just do a quick video. It was kind of crazy. I've been working all day and tired and stuff, but I just wanted to put an extra video out. I'll think about another video that I can do for you soon. But yeah, this is the update for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. If you want to book in your own, it's on half price. So is the 3-month reading. I've had so many compliments about the 3-month reading. So it's half price, and it goes into the next 3 months. We're coming to the end of this year. We've got October, November, December, and you want to wrap it up. So 2024, it's a different game. And this is a time to get rid of shit out of your life. This is a time to say, fuck this, I'm not doing this for another year. And you've got 3 months to clean up your act before a brand new year. So check all the deals. You can book a face-to-face. There's tarot coaching. There's 6-month yearly readings for next year are up. Check them out in the iDot or below. I'll speak to you soon.